All right, we are live. It'll take me just a second to get this set up the way I want it so that I can see everything that I want to see. Cool. All right, if you guys have followed the More Curmudgeon Jones channel, you know what these are. I am just doing it live on the main channel, and then I'll probably be done streaming for the day because I feel like relaxing and chilling today. Basically, this is just my weekly life update where I kind of share what's been going on with me and what I've been up to. And yeah. All right, let's hop right into it. So, first thing I want to start with is life updates and habit stuff. Someone is spamming e's and we's in chat. Please don't spam if you could avoid that. All right. So, we're going to start with life and habit stuff. So school is going to be starting back up, and I'm about to get a lot busier. For those that know or don't know, I am a teacher. I'm teaching high school history this year. So life is about to get a lot busier. I'm looking forward to it. I've been kind of bored this summer, and especially lately I'm getting more and more bored. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into it. And yeah, getting back to helping some students and teaching and doing some cool stuff. So with that, I guess I'll just go topic by topic, and I'll get to talking more about things that are going to happen because of school once I get to there. So I've jumped back into being more of a loner again, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually happy being on my own, being myself. Not having to worry about other people has been a really, really good improvement in my life lately. I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing to have a bunch of people around me, but I think the people that I had around me were not so great to have around me all the time. If you're in chat right now, I'm ignoring you. I'm just letting you know. I'm just ignoring chat right now. If you say something besides a bunch of random spam, then I might respond, but yeah, for now, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm learning to love myself and be happy alone. And if people want to be part of my life and they add value to my life and they make my life better by being in my life, then that's great. And I'd be happy to have some of those people in my life. But if they don't, I'm still going to be happy and enjoy my life by myself. I've been at this point before in my life, and I feel like I'm finally getting kind of back to that again. So I've realized through a lot of the stuff that I've been doing and a lot of the self-help stuff I've been doing and a lot of the meditating, reading, gratitude, affirmations, all that stuff, I've realized that I'm a lot better of a person than I thought I was. For my whole life, I've had this like mental image of myself that I'm not very good, or I'm really bad at this, I'm really bad at all this or this and this. But as I read these books and as I learn more about trying to like improve myself, I realize that I do a lot of things right. I'm a lot better than I thought I was. I feel like I'm very good at being loving. I'm very good at sharing love with other people. I feel like I'm very good at when people get close, I think I'm very good about being open and honest with them. I think, unfortunately, in the past, that has leaned more towards me being dependent or codependent on that person. And I'm trying to get better at just sharing that and letting them do with it what they will. If they don't react a certain way or they react a certain way or do whatever, just being okay with that outcome and not expecting any outcomes from what I'm doing. Just trying to love the way I want to, treat people the way I want to, and let them do with that what they will, I think is where I'm getting to. That's the part that I've struggled with in the past, is letting people do what they will. Trying to control people or push for a certain outcome or trying to convince them and stuff like that. I'm trying to just do away with all of that stuff and just be myself and treat them the way that I feel like I want to and the way I would want to be treated, and let them do with that what they will. If they react well to that, great. If they don't, that's great too. With that, I think I'm a pretty good person and someone that provides value to people's lives. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff I need to work on and get better at, but I think I'm doing that work, and I think I am getting better. So we're just continuing on that process and continuing to try to be the best version of myself that I can be. with that, I'm back on dating apps. I don't really plan on anything meaningful coming from this, and if it doesn't, that's totally fine. I'm not setting an expectation that I'm going to meet someone interesting or important or valuable or anything like that. I'm just looking to do the bare minimum to put myself out there and possibly meet new people. I'm not looking for anything in particular, but I have realized that I do have a need for conversation, and hopefully this can at least partially fill that need. So hopefully I'll at least have some people to talk to, message, text, stuff like that. I don't have a real high need for social activity. I don't need to be going out constantly, be hanging out with people constantly, be talking on the phone with people constantly. I don't have a high need for that in general. It's just whenever I meet someone that I really, really like and I'm really interested in and really get along well with and really have good conversation with, that's when it becomes more of a need that I need to fill. And then I end up binging on those people, which is not the best, most healthy way to do that stuff. So I'm trying to just treat this as a way to meet new people and seeing what happens. Martha Kabler, I see you in chat. It's totally fine. I'm just trying to get through what I want to talk about. And then if there's any questions or anything you want to ask at the end, then we'll deal with that at the end, okay? As long as that's cool with everybody that's hanging out in chat. The goal is going to be getting through everything I want to say, and then I'll take questions at the end if anybody has any. I have meditated for 21 days straight, and it has made a huge impact on my mental state. I'm more content, more relaxed, happier, and combining it with the other things I've been doing has made my mental health improve a lot. I cannot recommend meditation enough. If you need somewhere to start, go to the playlist on my More Curmudgeon Jones channel, and I'll pull that up real quick. I have some basic meditations that I use, and I'm trying to kind of post the ones that I think are best and have been most helpful for me. So here's some mind-clearing ones. If you feel like your mind constantly has a lot running through it, you're constantly worrying, you're constantly anxious, you're constantly thinking about something, these are really good to kind of flush that out and get yourself a reset on your day. I've found that this doesn't make me forget things. It mostly just clears out all of the nonsense that runs through my head that isn't really productive. So like, you know, the difference between like having productive thoughts and thinking about things and focusing on things that you need to do and doing those, and like the thought loops or anxiousness or the worrying or and all that stuff, and like thinking about stuff that really doesn't matter. This helps get rid of all of that stuff, but generally I find that it doesn't make me forget things that I need to remember. It helps me focus on the things that I need to remember. This is music to relax or read to. This is stuff that I usually, when I'm journaling or I'm reading, I play these. I actually really, really like these. These are what I've been listening to more than anything else. So it's Lucid Dream is the channel, and it's like these underwater scenes with like, it sounds kind of like you're underwater a little bit, but not completely. And it plays like really soft, relaxing music. I don't want to play it because I'm afraid I'll get copyrighted. I don't think I will, but I might. So I'm not going to take a chance with getting copyright struck because of it. But if you're looking for some good, relaxing background music or like something to go to sleep to or whatever, I think this is really, really good. You just go to Lucid Dream and you'll find it. It's like the sound of the sea usually. See, this is number 19, so there's at least 19 of these, and they're all like 11 hours long. So you'll probably never get fully through one of them. Yep, there's some mindfulness meditations. These help me focus and be present on kind of what I'm doing right now. Affirmation meditations. If you struggle with self-love or positive self-thinking or any of the, like, just struggle with being happy with who you are, liking yourself, these are really good. I do these anytime that I'm, like, questioning myself or doubting myself or have a bad interaction with a person that makes me feel not so great about myself. I do these. Meditations to sleep. These are just little 5-10 minute meditations. I try to do one of these or like a new one every time before I go to bed, just to clear my head before I go to bed. It helps me sleep better. And then these are morning ones. These are ones to kind of get you up, get you going, get you awake in the morning, to try and get some positivity at the beginning of your day. I usually try to do this right as I wake up. Sometimes I wake up and watch a YouTube video until I'm a little bit more awake, and then I'll do one of these. But yeah. If you're looking for a place to start with meditation, I recommend just using guided meditations on YouTube. That's all I do. I haven't done anything more than that. I know when you hear meditation, it can sound maybe kind of overwhelming or kind of crazy, or this weird like thing that doesn't make sense. or like this weird spiritual or like religious thing. It's really not any of that. I just load up a guided meditation. Usually I do anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. I think usually that's good enough. And it makes me feel a lot better throughout my day. So, what's next on my list? I also have read, done affirmations and gratitude, and done journaling and listened to music for 21 days in a row. And I highly recommend that stuff as well. I definitely recommend doing some self-help reading every day with some relaxing music on. Habit journaling has been really good for me. It takes me like 5 minutes, if that, every day, which is really, really nice. And I really, really enjoy that. Yeah. I recommend doing some affirmations and gratitude every day. If you do gratitude, it helps you be grateful for what you have and not constantly be worrying about what you don't have, which I think a lot of us get caught up in. And then again, the affirmations I already explained, they make you just actually see yourself for who you are instead of the negative kind of thoughts you've had about yourself for your whole life. And if you don't like yourself, then do some things to improve yourself. I see you in chat, person with the same picture as the person before. I see you in chat. I'm trying to ignore chat right now. If you have any questions or want to say anything at the end, I will take that stuff. All right. Might not do these live in the future if this is what's going to happen. Yeah, so this combination of things has made me a lot happier, a lot more content. It's improved my self-love and has made me a better person. I really look forward to doing these things every day because I feel good during and after doing them. And I really have come to enjoy those things at this point. So the things I'd recommend if you haven't done any like self-help or self-improvement stuff, the things I'd really recommend right off the bat are meditating, doing some sort of habit building and habit journaling, doing some affirmations and gratitude. Those are both really easy things to do. Listen to some music every day, especially some relaxing music. If you can listen to something that's a little bit more relaxing, that helps a lot. Those are things that I would definitely recommend, along with like the stuff that I'm not very good at, which is exercising. I think I've missed like 3 or 4 days of walking. I missed 2 this week out of 7, so that's not bad. And then like eating healthy as well, but those are the ones that I struggle with the most that I'm still working on. So, all right, books. I want to talk about kind of what I've been doing reading wise. I've been going back through How to Stop Worrying and Start Living page by page. I usually read a page or 2 or 3, somewhere in that range a day, and highlighting the important stuff. And I actually wrote something down that I thought was really important that helped me a lot, and something that I want to try to keep in mind as I go forward. I'm going to try to start writing some of this stuff down. So this was a 3-step How to Stop Worrying process that was made by this big businessman. I think he like was the Carrier guy who like made air conditionings like a countrywide thing in the U.S. So number 1 is analyze the situation honestly and figure out the worst that could happen. So whenever something is bothering you or you know something bad might happen, you want to analyze it honestly and you want to figure out the worst possible situation. And a lot of times the worst isn't going to be as bad as you think it could be or what's running through your head. And then step 2 is accept the worst case scenario and reconcile with it. So accept that worst case scenario is the worst case scenario and that might be what happens, and be okay with that and accept the fact that even if that does happen, you're still going to survive and still going to be all right. And then number 3, try to improve on the worst case scenario and make it better. So whatever you've decided, whether it's you could get fired, you could lose your job, you could get in trouble at work or whatever, accept that that's the worst possible scenario and start thinking about steps that could improve on that worst scenario. So an example he gave is they did a $20,000 investment in a business and it wasn't working out. And he accepted that he might lose his job, his business partners might lose their investment, and he might have to find a new job. But he realized, hey, it'll be okay. It'll suck. They'll lose a lot of money, and I'll lose a lot of money, and I'll probably have to get a new job, but I can get a new position. So he did those first 2 steps, and then the 3rd step was trying to improve it and figuring out a solution that made it better. And he actually found a solution to where they had to spend $5,000 more, but it kept them from losing the $20,000 that they originally invested. So it ended up spending $5,000 to save them $20,000. So, yeah. I'm still reading Mastery of Love. If you are a person who struggles with loving yourself, you haven't found relationships satisfying or fulfilling, they haven't, worked out as well as you thought. Honestly, with the current climate and the way people are today in our current culture, I would recommend this book for everybody. If you just want to learn how unconditional love and sharing that with others works, I'd highly recommend this book. I'll pull it up here. So this is The Mastery of Love, A Practical Guide to the Art of Relationships. Basically, it just gives you a different outlook on love. It gives you a different outlook on yourself. It gives you a different outlook on how to live your life in a way that is more satisfying. I've been trying to implement all this stuff in my life, and it at least has made my life better for me. And we'll see how it works in the future when I interact with more people. We'll see. This was the other book I was talking about, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I didn't pull up the display capture. This is the first book, The Mastery of Love, A Practical Guide to the Art of Relationship. And this is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I'll put a link to both of these in the description like I did last time. I think they're really, really great books, and I would highly, highly recommend them. All right. What is next on the list? I'm still reading the Overlord light novel. For my entertainment reading, I try to read a little bit of self-help and a little bit of entertainment every day. I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to, and I'm a bit bored with it. I'll probably finish this one, and if it doesn't get a lot better by the end, I'll probably try something else for entertainment, because I've actually not been enjoying my entertainment reading, and it's made me actually spend less time reading for entertainment because it's just been kind of boring. But I'm almost halfway through this one, so I have a feeling it's about to start building and getting a lot better. Moving on to gaming updates and kind of stream and content stuff all kind of wrapped into one. I'm officially done with Heroes of the Storm. I got permabanned on my main account because I got angry and flamed people and said toxic things, which is my fault. But I've learned that I cannot engage with those games in a healthy way. If I want something competitive, it has to be one-on-one, or it has to be a game where I don't have to care about what my team does. It has to be a game where I can win the game by myself, or it has to be a 1v1 game where I just do not have to care about my teammates. The only way... I'm done with League of Legends as well. It goes right in with that category because I've been banned from League of Legends on different accounts a lot as well. I just cannot engage with these games in a healthy way. I have tried for years, and I can't. I've played League for 10 years. I've played Heroes for probably... I've played it since it was in beta, really since it was in alpha. I had a friend's account that I played on in alpha, but I've played them since then, and obviously if I was going to figure it out and be able to engage with them in a healthy way, I would have by now. The only way I'll play them is in ARAMs with my friends. I'm not going to play them by myself. They make me angry, toxic, and I lash out at the people I'm playing with. So the HOTS content that I have going up, which I have a couple videos that will come out towards the end of this month, beginning of September, that's going to be my last HOTS content. Yeah, I'd rather move on and try new games than keep playing something that I don't really enjoy, because I don't really enjoy these games. I just play them because they're familiar, and I don't want to go through the learning curve of learning a new game. But at this point, I'm super tired of not having fun when I am playing games, and it makes me think gaming sucks, but I don't think gaming sucks. I think the games I've been playing suck, and just haven't been fun for me or good for me. And Magic has taught me that a lot. So moving on to Magic. Magic is still enjoyable. I purchased the pre-order bundle for September for I think it's Dominaria or something like that. And I plan on going a lot harder on it when the set rotation happens. I'm still kind of just chilling and playing my dailies right now every day. But when the new set rotation happens, I will probably try to focus on building meta decks and actually climbing in ranked. I'm Plat 2 currently, which is good. I mean, that's solid. If I could climb 2 more ranks, I would be... I think it's Diamond and then Mythic, I think is how it goes. So, I mean... even with not having meta decks and only playing stuff that's like not even on the tier list, really, I've hit Plat 2. So, and I haven't been playing that much more ranked lately. I've been mostly playing just for fun to get my dailies done. If you're interested in that content, look out for that on the More Curmudgeon Jones channel. It's going to be the same channel that this video is going to be posted on once I'm done with it. So if you like Magic the Gathering content and you're interested in what I'm playing and what decks I'm playing and how I'm playing them and stuff like that, make sure to subscribe to the More Curmudgeon Jones channel. I have hired an editor for the Nuzlocke channel. I'm going to plan on 1 video a week for a while until my budget is solid. I know exactly how much I'm going to be making a month. The goal is to eventually push that to 3 Nuzlocke videos a week. One of them will be the Soul Silver Nuzlocke that I'm currently doing. One of them will be the Black 2 Nuzlocke, and then I'll probably throw in another Nuzlocke that I want to do as well. Sorry for the wait on that, and I'm sorry I haven't been live streaming it that much lately. I kind of got burned out on it, and I haven't been enjoying it as much, and so I haven't been forcing myself to play it. But I think I'm going to try to live stream some sort of Nuzlocke once a week. It probably won't be Soul Silver for a while. Well, it might be Soul Silver for a while until I figure out exactly what I want to do with the Black 2 Nuzlocke. But eventually, it's going to become the Black 2 Nuzlocke until it's going to be kind of which one I need footage for. So I'm going to need, I won't need footage for Soul Silver for a while, but I do kind of want to play it just to get back in the grind and remember what I was doing and things that were going on with it. But I haven't played it since, did I even play it in July? I'm not sure. I have a way of checking. Let me check my footage real quick. Nope, that's stream VODs. That's not what we want. We want Soul Silver footage. The last I played it was on July 20th. No, June 20th. Sorry. I didn't even play the Nuzlocke in July because I had enough footage banked up that I didn't necessarily really need to. And I kind of got burnt out on it. But it is a fun challenge. It is a fun Nuzlocke. I've just been so far out of doing it that playing it again has just felt overwhelming, and I haven't done it. So I need to just get back into it. Just trying to be patient with myself and not bite off more than I can chew right now. If I get to where I'm streaming 5 times a week, it'll be a lot easier to hit all of the stuff that I want to stream. There's a lot of stuff I want to play. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. There's a lot of content I want to make. It's just having enough time to do it all and prioritizing the stuff that I'm enjoying the most and that's doing the best is kind of what I'm trying to do right now. The Nuzlocke channel hasn't really done insanely well. It's getting close to 100 subscribers. Most of the videos still get less than 20 views, so it's kind of hard to prioritize it and put a lot of effort and a lot of work into it when it's not doing that great. But hiring this editor is kind of my newest attempt to try to make the videos better, higher quality, and more interesting. I'm really focusing on trying to make the thumbnails better as well. So I'm really trying to give it a good, solid try for a while, probably for at least a few months before I decide whether I'm going to give up on it or not. I don't really want to give up on it, but if people don't care and they aren't watching it, then I don't want to be wasting my time doing it, really, because it's not like my favorite thing to do right now. Magic the Gathering and trying new games might be more fun than that. I'm going to try to start live streaming 3 times a week. That's going to be the goal. The goal is going to be to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whenever I get back and get ready after school. That schedule, unfortunately, is going to have to be changing and flexible because I have to do concession stands this year because I'm a stupid junior class sponsor. I really don't want to do it. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't, but they kind of forced that on me. So that sucks, but it is what it is. So obviously if there's a game on a Wednesday or a Friday or a Monday and I have to be at it, then I have to be at it, and that just is what it is. So the goal will be to just move it. Basically, it's going to be the days that I feel like doing it for a while, and maybe eventually I'll be able to get some sort of set schedule. And if I get a schedule of what games I have to be at, then I'll know for sure when I'll be able to stream, and I'll kind of make my schedule based on that. So for now, it's just going to be streaming when I feel like it, trying to do it 3 times a week, and not really having a set, consistent schedule. But hopefully we'll get there in the future. But those streams aren't going to be like me trying to put on a show or have like a crazy, exciting whatever. It's going to be me chilling and hanging out, and just sharing what I'm playing and what I'm doing with you guys and trying to build more of a community. I want it to be a place where I feel like I can show up and just go live and do whatever I feel like doing and not feel like I have to play a certain game or talk about a certain thing or put on a show or do anything like that. I just want it to be a cool, chill hangout to try and meet some new people and interact with you guys a little bit more. Final thoughts. My focus for this week is going to be showing myself some grace and being patient. Life is about to change drastically, and I'm about to become a lot busier, so I might need to rework/retool my daily plan and figure out a new way that works. If I miss some habits or have some days where I don't feel like doing them, I'm going to accept that and just make sure those days are the exceptions and not the norm. So the goal is basically to not fall completely out of my habits, but to also understand that life is going to be crazy and hectic and busy for a while. And so if I have some bad days where I miss some of them, be understanding that as well, as long as that doesn't become an everyday ordeal. I don't have crazy high goals for teaching or for the school year. I just want to come in, give students someone that cares about them, and try to set standards, rules, and goals that will help them be better prepared for life after high school. I just want to try to make them better humans. That's really my only goal. If they learn some history and why history matters, that's great also. But again, my goal is really just to try to focus on making them better humans and preparing them for life after school. If you guys knew where I was teaching, the students we had in the school district I was in, that would make a lot more sense to you, but I don't want to go into all those details. Finally, I love you guys. Thank you so much for following me and sticking with me. It's been a year since I started doing this YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, and I'm almost at 800 subscribers. It's not crazy fast growth, but it's been slow, steady, good growth. And I feel like every time I put out a video, the reaction to the video surprises me. It's rare now that I put out a video that gets less than 50 views, which is, you might say, is not a lot, but when I started there, I was going weeks at a time where if a video got 50 views, I was pumped. I couldn't believe I got 50 views. And now that's kind of become the norm. So that shows a big difference in kind of what's happened. I feel like I've really hit a groove lately on making content and in my life in general. The goal and the focus is just to continue to maintain and improve with the large load that has just been added with the school year starting. And that may take some time and may take some patience. I don't think there's anyone left in YouTube chat. I think it was just people that were showing up to, I don't know, spam a bunch of nonsense for some reason. But if anybody has any questions, I will take them. It doesn't look like we do. So if anybody has any questions about what's going on or wants to ask anything, make sure to comment that stuff below. I check my comments, if not every day, at least every other day. Sometimes with the smaller channels, I don't check them automatically because I don't have those channels automatically pulled up on my phone. I have my main channel set up on my phone. And I'm logged into all of them, but it doesn't give me notifications from the side channels. It only gives me notifications from the one channel that I have selected as my current channel on the YouTube apps. So usually I try to cycle through all of them just to see if there's any new notifications, but be patient with me if I don't get to it right away. But if you have any comments, again, or any questions or anything like that, make sure to comment that stuff down below. I'll try to link any of the books or resources that I talked about in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to keep up with the new updates. See you guys. All right, and that's going to be it for that stream. Again, I just wanted to go live and try live streaming this and see what happened. I may not do that in the future because this time I did it and a bunch of people just spammed the ever-loving F out of me. And it's really distracting when I'm trying to get through this stuff. I would like to do these live and just maybe not look at the chat and then pull the chat up after I'm done. Maybe that's a better way to do it. That's probably a better way to do it. Thank you guys for stopping by, though, that did. Even though all you did was spam me, I still appreciate you stopping by. I'll try to be back live and streaming again tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure that'll happen, but the goal will be to stream at least for a little while tomorrow. Depends on how much schoolwork I need to get done and how I feel after getting all that schoolwork done.